Thought I'd try to answer them. What do you got, Ray?
Well, Dave, I was wondering if you had any tips on or instructions on how to get onto the ballot
Oh, sure.
for anybody out there who was considering it.
Sure. We'd like to get as many people as possible on the ballot. You want to have, they got to meet the requirements.
And what
Let's
are
be fair.
those requirements?
You'd be surprised. Let's go down the first path. I'd love for the requirements to be pragmatic, logical, reasonable, and someone that's willing to listen to the public, because that's ultimately the job. However, to get on the ballot, you have to be 18 years old and live within a district. That's the only requirements. And to get on the ballot, you file a petition, it's called. It's basically a form that you get signed by 10 Republicans to get on the Republican ballot and 10 Democrats to get on the Democrat ballot. You can cross file. You can be on both ballots for the primary. And if you win both ballots on the primary, you're a shoo-in come the election. When they ask you to get 10, that's the minimum. A lot of people will challenge you if they find out that your ideas are more reasonable, rational, logical. At which point they're going to try to kick some of your signatures off because the person didn't dot their I or cross their T or write their exact right mailing address. So you normally would try to get at least 2 or 3 times that standard minimum requirement. So if you have 10, try to get 30 for the Republicans, 30 for the Democrats. But either way, file it, put it in at the courthouse, which is usually the election bureau, and it's got to be notarized, and that's it. You're on the ballot.
And there's also if your district crosses over more than one county, you would need a separate petition for each county.
For each county, correct.
Okay. What would you do if you missed the deadline to get your petition in?
You could do it
So
right
the
in.
petition's due in February, correct?
Yeah,
Like February-ish.
right. All of that's available at the county board of elections. There's a very straightforward process. They got to get notarized, and if you miss the deadline date, you can still do a write-in.
Okay.
And
Explain to me how a write-in works.
basically, you got to educate everyone in the community, your district voters, to write your name in exactly the way it is written on your voter identification card. Your name is Bob Smith. It's a beautiful thing. Your write-in is going to be easy. But if you don't have them write in their full name as it's written on your voter registration card, they're going to challenge that later if you win, and they're going to try to knock you out. And you want to prevent that. In this world of school board politics, you would be surprised the amount of leverage and pressure that some organizations put so that they can get into office with all that power, their own people. If you think about it, each school district collects and disperses millions of dollars in taxpayer funds. And they're responsible for every penny collected and every penny dispersed. So it's an important position, but you do only have to be 18 years old and live within a district. Everything else we can teach you. If you have any interest in becoming a school director, there's a whole bunch of resources available so that you can educate yourself as to the process so you don't get chewed up and spit out by a machine.
Thank you, Dave.
You're welcome.